This is your High Desert Sports Report. Video Sports Best of 2022. Top Video Sports Stories of 2022. The Victor Valley College Lady Rams win the school's first conference championship in 25 years. The Victor Valley College Lady Rams' incredible basketball season is capped off by 8 members of the team receiving All-Inland Empire Athletic Conference recognition. And Coach Troy Hall is named Inland Empire Athletic Conference Coach of the Year. 3 Lady Rams are named First Team All-Conference. Jordan Brooks, the team's leading scorer and rebounder. Mania Willingham, the team's assists leader. Tyrecia Sessions. All 3 first-team selections are freshmen. Jordan Brooks averaged just under 16 points and an even 11 rebounds a game. The 6'3" low-post powerhouse is a dominant force at both ends of the court. She registered 52 blocked shots on the year, including 5 in the state regionals game. No play better demonstrates her dominant mastery than this masterpiece, blocking the shot, then running the court, beating the defense back, and scoring on the fast break.
Jordan, what do you like best about the way the Lady Rams have played these last 2 games?
I think that we're just starting to play together more. We're starting to play real basketball and just have fun with it.
Mania Willingham is an all-around complete player, averaging 13 points a game, hitting 53% from the field.
I'm not no big, but I can rebound a little bit. I'm pretty fast, so speed. My smart, like my mind, and my moves, my skills with the ball.
The 5'5" graduate of San Bernardino's Arroyo Valley High School led the Lady Rams in assists, 5 per game, averaged 6 rebounds a game, and recorded 90 steals her freshman year. Those 90 steals, 6th highest in the entire state. Versatile, equally and aptly describes Tyrecia Sessions, the 6-foot sharpshooter who led the team in 3-pointers, averaged 13 points a game and 9 rebounds a game.
What do you think is the biggest difference, the biggest change playing high school basketball compared to the collegiate level?
It's faster. The girls are a lot stronger, and it's just better and high level and a lot of energy. Yeah, it's different. It's very different.
The former Sultana, then Hesperia standout, was second on the team in assists with 4 per game, second in steals, her 85 steals, 8th highest in the state. She was second on the Lady Rams in blocked shots with 38. Antania Watkins is named second team All-Conference. The 5'9" sophomore out of Arroyo Valley averaged just under 15 points a game, shot 56% from the field in conference games, averaged 6 rebounds, and recorded 47 steals. A trio of sophomores earned honorable mention All-Conference. Juliana Sanchez started every game at point guard and averaged 10 points a game. The fiery 5'6" spark plug from Ontario registered 59 steals. She led the team in free throw percentage, hitting 2/3 of her free throws. She never forced her shots. She hit 45% from the field, a team-high 48% from three-point range. Valentina Limon is a second-year Lady Ram who started 6 games but specialized in coming off the bench and providing instant offense, hitting from three-point range. She led Lady Rams scorers against Palo Verde with a career-high 24 points, including 4 of 5 from three-point range. Val Limon is from Needles. Veronica Ruiz is a second-year Lady Ram and team captain her sophomore season. The graduate of Victor Valley High School turned down scholarship offers from out-of-state junior colleges to play elsewhere her sophomore year, opting to remain at VVC, where she started 8 games in the 2022 championship season. She scored a career-high 20 points against Olani in that early season tournament win, hitting 5 of 7 from beyond the arc. At 5'7", her 37 steals contributing to the Lady Rams leading the state in steals, averaging 18 a game. That team defense, a major factor in the 2022 Lady Rams winning the Inland Empire Athletic Conference Championship, the school's first women's basketball conference championship in 25 years. Coach Troy Hall, in his third season at the helm of the Lady Rams, named Inland Empire Athletic Conference Coach of the Year. He mentions defense, a key ingredient in the team's success.
Family first. That's what we preach. Family and defense. We play together, stay together, pray together, and do everything together as one.
Congratulations, Lady Rams champions and their Coach of the Year.
Thank you.
This Victor Valley College Sports Report is presented by the Bradco Companies, Joseph W. Brady's Bradco Companies, the High Desert Mojave River Valley's longest-standing full-service commercial brokerage firm. Bradco, ardent supporters of the team's athletes and sports programs at Victor Valley College. Hesperia Christian wins the CIF 8-man Division II championship with a resounding 48-22 victory over Avalon. Aiden Ortega scores 5 touchdowns to lead the Patriots to the second CIF championship in school history. The junior running back scored the first touchdown of the game, then a go-ahead touchdown in the second quarter, and added 3 more touchdowns in the second half. Senior quarterback Jared Bragg shares the offensive spotlight, completing 5 straight passes at the end of the first half and start of the second half, 2 going for touchdowns as the Patriots rallied from trailing by 10 to take command by scoring 3 times within 5 minutes of playing time, spanning the end of the first half and first 60 seconds of the second half. The Patriots did not exactly get off to a good start. Their first possession ended giving up a safety that gave Avalon the first points on the scoreboard. Their second possession ended with them turning the ball over on a fumble after advancing deep into Lancers territory. But Hesperia Christian's defense did its job, forcing a 3-and-out, and the Patriots begin to right the ship, launching a scoring drive from their own 16. Jared Bragg reverses field and battles his way all the way to the Lancers' 32, a pickup of 40 yards. The senior quarterback lists at 6'2", 165. Jared Bragg carries 3 times this night for 84 yards. 2 plays later, from the 25, Aiden Ortega takes the handoff, spins out of a shoestring tackle attempt, and keeps his balance, breaking a tackle as he crosses the goal line. Patriots 6, Avalon 2, following a point-after-touchdown attempt that misfires. 3:15 to go in the first quarter. Aiden Ortega disclosed he was unsure how effective he would be coming off a hip injury in the semifinals win at Lancaster Baptist. His sidestepping the first defender, then spinning out of another tackle on his first carry of the ball game showed no signs of anything less than an outstanding night ahead, carrying the ball. The Patriots get the ball back early in the second quarter, taking over on downs when Avalon comes up short on a 4th and 6 at the Patriots' 30. But this begins a sequence of play selection on 4th downs of their own, decisions that defy conventional strategy. The Patriots go for a first down rather than punt the ball away while leading 6-2. It's 4th and 6. Avalon holds when the pass completion comes up short. The Lancers take over on downs at the 21 and then take the lead 4 plays later on the touchdown run from 12 yards out. 10-6, Avalon, 8:20 to go before halftime. Avalon regains possession deep in Patriots territory when Hesperia Christian again goes for it on 4th down but fails. The visitors go up 16-6 on the quarterback keeper from 12 yards out. Things are not looking good for the home team with 4 minutes to go in the first half. Aiden Ortega gets a very good kickoff return into Avalon's red zone, but a penalty brings it back to the Patriots' 25. Jared Bragg hits Caleb O'Day, and the 5'10", 165-pound junior carries down to Avalon's 26. On 3rd and 4 at the 20, Arlen Custer takes the Jared Bragg toss and sprints in for the touchdown. The Patriots are within 3. It's 16-13. Arlen Custer is 6'2", 200, a junior. Arlen Custer's extra point kick is true out of Jared Bragg's hold. Jared Bragg went 3 for 3 passing on the 3-play, 55-yard scoring drive, a crucial sequence in Hesperia Christian's attempt to regain momentum. The Patriots set out to pin the Lancers deep in their own territory. 42 is Roderick Taylor, a sophomore linebacker. He's listed at 5'8", 165. I'm wondering if the scales had a glitch, hitting 165 the day the players had their physicals. Fully 1/3 of Hesperia Christian's players, 11 of their 34-player roster, are listed at weighing 165 pounds. Roderick Taylor demonstrates it's not the size of the dog in the fight that matters, but the amount of fight in the dog, and his bite is bigger than his bark. Roderick Taylor gets a grip on the much bigger Lancers quarterback, initiating the sack. 33 is Jake Roseberry, 5'10", 200-pound linebacker and fellow sophomore. That's not Roderick Taylor's only sack of the night either. He repeats the attack on the Lancers quarterback, registering 3 tackles for a loss among his 8 tackles in an outstanding game for the Patriots sophomore. 55 is Julian Villalon. What we witness next may be accurately described as the turning point in the game. Avalon in punt formation. The punter's knee touches ground when he feels the low snap from center. Patriots take over at the 5. Aiden Ortega glides in. The Patriots regain the lead. The touchdown comes with 52 seconds left in the first half. Jared Bragg fields the low snap. Arlen Custer's kick is true and through. It's 20-16, Hesperia Christian at the half. Now the question is, which Patriots team will we see to start the second half? And that question is answered in the first sequence of plays of the third quarter. Cody New, 64, picks off the pass on Avalon's first play. Cody New, 6'4", 215-pound senior defensive end. Jared Bragg to Liam Vanderweddy to the 12, pickup of 12 yards. Jared Bragg beats the pass rush, sending it toward Liam Vanderweddy, a brilliant reception by the 6', 165-pound senior wide receiver. 27-16, Patriots, 1 minute into the third quarter. Jared Bragg has completed 5 consecutive passes. He will go 7 for 12 on the night. The 7 completions good for 71 yards and 2 touchdowns. From here on out, the outcome is really academic, as in the book. The Patriots get one long run after another from Aiden Ortega, who puts up 228 yards total offense, encompassing his 5-touchdown performance. The defense is absolutely magnificent, shutting out Avalon throughout the second half until the final 6 minutes of the fourth quarter. Kyle Day leads the team with a season-high 21 tackles for the 6'6", 210-pound senior linebacker. Aggressive gang tackling personified on this play. 64, Cody New among the trio of Patriots in on the stop. 3 is Caleb O'Day. Kyle Day initiates contact Cody New is just as often seen slicing in from his defensive end position and tripping up the ball carrier. 4 solo tackles this night for Cody New, plus 2 assists, as he's in on a total of 6 stops. Leon Vanderweddy, 17, one of his 4 solo tackles for the senior linebacker, who is in on 9 tackles altogether. Julian Violon, 55, the tackle for a loss in the red zone, 4 solo tackles for the 6-foot, 210-pound junior lineman this game. Arlen Custer stands his ground on the fake double reverse, throwing the ball carrier for a 3-yard loss. Watch for number 21, Caleb Lewis, in on another exercise in extreme gang tackling. Caleb Lewis is a 5'10", 167-pound junior who is in on 7 total tackles. This third quarter interception by Kyle Day is Hesperia Christian's second pick in the second half. Avalon came in on the heels of a 49-0 semifinals victory. The Lancers averaged 33 points a game in their 10 previous outings. The Patriots hold them to 11 points below that average in the title game. Heartiest congratulations to the Hesperia Christian Patriots, 2022 CIF 8-man Division II champions. Oak Hills outscores Sultana in a wild shootout, completing regular season play undefeated, withstanding a frantic Sultana fourth quarter rally, winning the Mojave River League Championship in the process. This game I liken to a Game 7 in the World Series. 2 ultra-talented southpaws, the starting pitchers, Jacob Higgs for Sultana, Diego Lopez for the Bulldogs. The Oak Hills top-of-the-order lineup, too much speed for the Sultans to contain. The Bulldogs' middle-of-the-lineup power hitter delivering right off the bat. There are many runs, hits, and errors. Errors committed by both pitchers. Caillou Estrada, the fumble recovery. Jeffrey Johnson intercepting, halting the home team's initial possession. Elijah Crook intercepts, ending this threat by the visitors to go up by 3 touchdowns at the end of the first half. And the umpiring? Definitely a factor, a seemingly endless string of major penalties on questionable calls. This one apparently leading with the helmet. So many such calls, it begs to be said that this veteran sportscaster has never before seen a game as deeply affected by heavy-handed officiating. Oak Hills' Robert Metzger concurs. Sultana's Terry Cleveland exclaimed in post-game comments, "The officials had too much to do with the game. It was if they wanted to be the highlights." Practically every Oak Hills sack negated because of unsportsmanlike conduct, as in taunting, we wondered, or excessive celebration. That said, it does not take away from outstanding plays and individual efforts by players on both teams, both sides of the ball, giving it their all in this deciding game of the Fall Classic. This contest determining whether the 2022 Mojave River League Championship would be shared by a Sultana upset or the reigning league champion Bulldogs would repeat. After trailing 14-0 at the half and then down by 3 touchdowns entering the fourth quarter, Jacob Higgs began seeing his pitches like this that had been passed balls earlier caught, resulting in touchdowns. 3 scoring passes to number 3, LaMason Waller. 2 followed by successful onside kicks fueled the comeback, with a 63-yard touchdown run by the sophomore quarterback igniting the rally. Diego Lopez wins the pitcher's duel. The game's heroes include Shea Gabriel, 11. The pass reception here. Shea Gabriel will score 3 second-half rushing touchdowns. Carson Cox scores the game's first touchdown and the eventual game winner in the fourth quarter. The Bulldogs pull it out, winning 49-34. The first undefeated season in school history. Back-to-back Mojave River League championships. Coach Robert Metzger has never lost a league game in his 2-year reign. He is yet to win a playoff game, though. That's the next goal for his Bulldogs. Dustin Reynolds spearheads Apple Valley's come-from-behind victory over favored Murrieta Valley. This 30-yard touchdown puts the Sun Devils ahead with 4 minutes to go in the game. 2 plays later, he intercepts. The pick six proves the game winner in the 56-51 slugfest.
Second, third, and fourth corner, I think we just steamrolled them,
Dustin Reynolds registers back-to-back tackles for a loss in this Sun Devils third quarter resurgence, the first time the defense forces a Murrieta Valley 3 and out. We are witnessing Dustin Reynolds' sheer determination, willing his team's comeback.
I feel like I just had to step up as a leader and take control of that offense and that defense, so yeah.
Apple Valley's first touchdown immediately follows Murrieta Valley taking the lead midway through the first quarter. Xavier Salazar's electrifying run of 57 yards. Xavier Salazar, 5'6", junior speedster, first of his 2 touchdowns on the night. But the Sun Devils are unable to stop Murrieta Valley's Bear Bachmeyer, Tiger Bachmeyer offensive onslaught. Yes, that's the brothers' real names. Apple Valley found themselves trailing by 3 touchdowns with a minute to go before halftime. Noah Seeley scores from a yard out to pull within 14 points. It's 28-14 at that 1 minute before halftime juncture, but a Murrieta Valley field goal puts the visitors ahead 31-14 at the half. The Sun Devils' junior quarterback has an overall outstanding game. Noah Seeley's second touchdown on this 6-yard run, and it's 31-21, 2 minutes into the third quarter. Fast forward to Noah Seeley's response to what the outcome tells us about the Sun Devils.
We compete, that's what it is. We come out here with a goal, and we execute that goal. So we just come out here and have fun, and we just got to compete. And this is what we did. We're competing right now. So the game's not over yet, but we're still competing.
Apple Valley draws closer on this. Dustin Reynolds, 31-yard scoring jaunt. He brushes aside the safety just as he reaches pay dirt. Nighthawks lead cut to 31-28 with just over 4 minutes to go in the third. Apple Valley's first lead comes on Noah Seeley's screen pass to Xavier Salazar, who dazzles the crowd by denying defenders a clear shot at him with his open field elusiveness. It's 35-31, Sun Devils at the 2:40 mark in quarter number 3. Fourth quarter, it's 4th and 5 at the 39. Sun Devils trailing 38-32. Watch 55. Gabriel Cerna push the defender halfway to Lucerne Valley. O-line giving Noah Seeley time to throw. Brandon Armijo hauls in the pass and scores. Talk about the perfect play selection by the offensive coordinator. Sun Devils regain the lead 42-38 with 7.5 minutes to go in the game. 3 minutes later, Sun Devils again trail as we again point to the irrepressible individual effort of Dustin Reynolds. Breaks a tackle at the line of scrimmage, jukes, then shrugs off the defensive back, keeps his balance, breaking another tackle by banging into and over a 4th defender who had a clear shot at him, resisting the embrace of the last defender as he scores. Standing up. 5 defenders on this 28th ranked team in the state miss bringing down the 6'2", 225-pound Dustin Reynolds. Amazing, incredible, unforgettable. We've shown the Sun Devils scoring shy the game-winning pick six, additional offensive highlights and outstanding defensive plays on an upcoming report. Those besides skill position players, namely offensive and defensive linemen, need a spokesperson, and none better than premier offensive lineman Raymond Polito sums up what this victory tells us about these 2022 Sun Devils.
Hey, we get dirty, we get nasty, and we get violent. Hey, like my coach, Coach Sandy, he always says, hey, they got to adjust to our violence. Hey, we get too violent for them, and they back down. That's what's up. That's what happens.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Your High Desert Sports Report is brought to you by Down Home Grill in Victorville. Call 760-241-4663 for delivery. Drive-through, curbside, or pickup. Down Home Grill, corner of Bear Valley Road and Ridgecrest Road in Victorville. Bid fast and last. World-class auctioneers. Bid fast and last. Liquidation of government entities, vehicles, firearms, estates, antiques, fine jewelry, coins, and more. Bid online at bidfastandlast.com.
Take tires, start fires, kick ass, take names, and rock and roll.
Valu Quality Truck Bodies. Family owned and operated locally since 1954. Valu Quality Truck Bodies, proudly showcasing teens, athletes, and youth-oriented activities. The Bradco Companies. Joseph W. Brady's Bradco Companies. The High Desert Mojave River Valley's longest-standing commercial brokerage firm. Bradco, leading efforts to improve the quality of life and standard of living for all residents throughout our High Desert region.
Serious legal problems? Don't go it alone. Get the proper defense by going on the attack. Wanzek Law Firm. Trial lawyers for serious problems.
Silverwood. The developers of the Silverwood Master Planned Community support the teams, athletes, and sports programs of all our High Desert and Mojave River Valley schools. We Got 'em Tees, your headquarters for custom screen printing and mastercraft embroidery design. Oh yeah, We Got 'em Tees. And by the Holiday Inn, Conference and Convention Center for the High Desert, and destination of choice of visitors and travelers to the Victor Valley. Terry Kurtz here, inviting you to join us on Terry Kurtz Online, immediately following your High Desert Sports Report. It's the most informative and entertaining half hour of High Desert television today. The Mojave River League 2022 Players of the Year: Oak Hills quarterback Diego Lopez, Apple Valley linebacker Dustin Reynolds. Diego Lopez led the Bulldogs through an undefeated season in regular season play. The 6-foot, 167-pound junior threw for 2,643 yards, 1,200 of those yards in league play. His 33 touchdown passes included 17 against MRL opponents. Diego Lopez completed 70% of his passes, benefiting from an excellent O-line that provided plenty of protection. These comments following the decisive victory over Apple Valley sum up the ingredients in his team's overall success.
Our receivers were better than their secondary. Our line was more physical up front. Give me time, man. Our receivers won the game, so did our line. It's all love.
Oak Hill's 11 first-team All-MRL selections include offensive tackle Paki Fano, 53, the 6'5", 260-pound junior, and Isaac Vicario, 52, 6', 230-pound senior guard. Diego Lopez and the Bulldogs' highly successful aerial assault also due in very large part to the extreme talents of the twin tandem of all-league wide receivers Shane Young, 10, and Shea Gabriel, 11. Both are repeat first-team All-MRL selections. Shane Young led Bulldogs receivers in receiving yardage, 919 yards on 37 passes caught. His 14 touchdowns, also highest among Oak Hills receivers. His longest touchdown reception, 65 yards. Shane Young listed at 6', 150 his senior season. Shea Gabriel caught the most Diego Lopez passes, 47, accumulating 696 yards in the process. 10 Shea Gabriel catches went for touchdowns, his longest a 69-yarder. The 6-foot, 185-pound senior also scored 3 rushing touchdowns and added a touchdown on a kickoff return. Carson Cox, 33, is first-team All-Mojave River League. The sophomore running back led all Mojave River League ball carriers with 1,215 yards rushing and a league-high 20 touchdowns, 18 on the ground, 2 touchdown passes for the 6'1", 172-pound speedster. His longest touchdown, this 75-yard run that broke the back of Apple Valley and sealed the Bulldogs' back-to-back league championships.
On the 15.
Dustin Reynolds is the Mojave River League Defensive Player of the Year for a second time. 2 years ago in his sophomore season, he was the league's most valuable player defensively. Last year, the 6'2", 225-pound linebacker was first-team All-League and then first-team All-CIF upon leading Apple Valley to the CIF Division III championship game. This year, MRL coaches voted Dustin Reynolds Defensive Player of the Year again. He averaged 9 tackles a game and recorded a team-high 4.5 sacks for a Sun Devils team that played frontline starters little more than half a game in blowout wins over 8 of their 11 opponents. Dustin Reynolds was also Apple Valley's leader in touchdowns scored. This phenomenal run against highly ranked Murrieta Valley ranks among the most sensational displays of raw determination, second, third, and fourth effort, and refusal to be brought down this veteran sportscaster has ever witnessed. Dustin Reynolds will play next at Northern Arizona. Dustin Reynolds is joined by 4 Apple Valley teammates receiving first-team honors on defense. 2 of them also repeat first-team selections. Isaiah Ojeda, 3, is first-team All-League a third time. The 6'2", 170-pound defensive back registered 26 solo tackles in his career and scored 6 touchdowns his senior season, 1 on a punt return, 4 on pass receptions, and 1 running the ball. A 3-star recruit, Isaiah Ojeda, has accepted a scholarship to play next at Southern Utah University.
6 from the 18.
Jaira Lupepatella, 48, earns first-team All-League honors a third straight season. He was an All-League offensive lineman as a sophomore. At 6'3", 280 his senior year, the versatile Jaira Lupepatella is named All-League for his play at defensive tackle. 4 of his 38 tackles this year for a loss. His versatility on display when he was given the ball and powers his way into the end zone in the Bell game. Jaira Lupepatella will play his football next at Eastern Washington University in Spokane. Linebacker Isaiah Zuniga, 1, is first-team All-MRL. The 6'5", 195-pound senior solidified Coach Kyle Godfrey's defense from his outside linebacker position, establishing himself among team leaders in sacks and tackles for a loss. Like Jaira Lupepatella, Isaiah Zuniga demonstrated his versatility running the ball. He scored 2 touchdowns, 1 a 79-yarder, the other, this one from 7 yards out against his former school, Sultana. He transferred from Sultana to Apple Valley for his senior year. A 5th Apple Valley player named to the All-League first team on defense is kicker Kyler Peters. The 6'1" Sun Devils sophomore was 40 of 43 on extra points, and his 4 field goals included a 44-yarder. The Oak Hills Bulldogs place 6 defensive players on the first team All-MRL, led by tackles leader Pomaine Thomas, 3. The 5'9", 220-pound senior outside linebacker averaged 6.5 tackles a game for the MRL League champions. Fellow senior Samisi Faingata, 41, led his team in sacks with 7. Samisi Faingata is a 6'2", 255-pound defensive tackle. He registered 29 solo tackles among his 44 tackles. Cornerback Jeffrey Johnson, 5, his first team All-MRL, the 5'10", 165-pound freshman, led his team with 5 interceptions. Senior safety Christian Patriots, 18, earns All-League First Team honors. The 6'1", 180-pound senior, a two-way starter, Chris Macias, shown here with one of his 18 receptions as a wide receiver. Richard Anthony Lopez, 44, registered 27 solo tackles his senior season. Richard Anthony Lopez is a 5'7", 185-pound outside linebacker, first team All-MRL. Gabriel Garcia, 2, receives first-team All-League honors, the junior outside linebacker named as a utility player. Sultana's tackles leader, Rome Thomas, 5, is credited with 56 solo tackles for Coach Terry Cleveland's upstart Sultans. Rome Thomas is 6'1", 195, a sophomore, first team All-MRL. Caillou Estrada, 44, is first team All-League, playing both defensive end and linebacker for the Sultans. The 6'1", 245-pound senior was dominant at 2 defensive positions. He also saw time as a ball carrier. And Caillou Estrada is a two-sport standout. His hits just keep on coming as he was first team All-League in baseball last spring. Serrano places 2 players first team on defense, both underclassmen who did their work in the trenches. Otis Hamer, 24, the 6'1", 210-pound junior, recorded 25 solo tackles, 9 sacks. Super sophomore David Green, 79, his first team defensive lineman, the 6'3", 230-pound David Green, a two-way starter shown here on offense. One of Coach Casey Mahalchik's outstanding student athletes, David Green, maintains a 4.0 grade point average. Casey Goodnaw's Hesperia Scorpions have 3 first-team All-League selections on defense. Aiden Torres, 44, a junior linebacker, averaged 6.5 tackles a game and was among team leaders in sacks. These 2 sacks coming in the Scorpions' shutout of Victor Valley. Samuel Parm, 7, his first team All-Mojave River League. The 6'1" senior defensive back was among league leaders in interceptions. He picked off 6. Sam Parm recorded 16 solo tackles among his 33 tackles. A two-way starter, Sam Parm led the Scorpions in pass receiving yardage. He was a wide receiver. Anthony Ruiz, 55, a junior, is the only player this year named first team All-League on both offense and defense. Shown here on offense, Anthony Ruiz helped clear the way for this Josh Smith touchdown. And speaking of offense, we are back to first team selections on offense from a season once again so very rich in outstanding quarterbacks in the Mojave River League. We're one to recall last season, 4 MRL quarterbacks were named All-League First Team. Oak Hill's Andrew Garcia was Offensive Player of the Year. Apple Valley's Jaden Denigal, Serrano's Peyton Cornell, and Hesperia's Josh Smith were First Team All-MRL. And Sultana freshman quarterback Jacob Higgs was Second Team All-League. This year, Jacob Higgs is one of 3 quarterbacks receiving the equivalent of first-team All-League recognition. Listed at 6 foot 168 his sophomore season, Jacob Higgs led Terry Cleveland's Sultans into their first postseason appearance since 2018, amassing 3,800 total yards and accounting for 49 touchdowns, 14 running the ball, 34 passing, and 1 catching a scoring pass. The touchdown reception came in the CIF playoff game where Jacob Higgs accounted for 7 touchdowns, the 57-55 loss to Ontario Christian. Sultan teammates earning first-team All-League honors on offense include speedy wide receiver Corey Cabrielas, 2. The 6'1", 170-pound senior caught 11 touchdown passes and was second on the team in pass receiving yardage. Wide receiver Mason Waller, 3, led his team in pass receiving yardage and touchdowns scored with 17. At 6 foot 165, the sophomore accumulated 1,506 total yards, 1,067 of those yards receiving passes. Apple Valley's Noah Seeley is a 3rd quarterback named first team All-League. Like Oak Hill's Diego Lopez and Sultana's Jake Higgs, Noah Seeley is an underclassman. The 5'11", 190-pound junior rang up 1,760 yards in total offense, throwing for 1,521 yards and 23 touchdowns. He completed 61% of his passes. Noah Seeley scored 7 touchdowns running the ball, averaging over 7 yards per carry. Sun Devils tight end Brandon Armijo, 12, is first-team All-League a 3rd straight season. The 6'1", 220-pound two-way starter is a sure-handed receiver, 5 touchdowns among his 14 receptions, and opponents found it no easy task bringing Brandon Armijo down. He averaged 15 yards per catch. Another Sun Devil earning first-team All-League honors on offense a 3rd year in a row, Raymond Polito, 79, at 6'6", 345, when he committed to play next for the Alabama Crimson Tide. The 4-star offensive lineman leaves Apple Valley, the High Desert's most highly recruited football player ever. Alongside Raymond Polito on the Apple Valley offensive line, Alex Arias, 66, first-team All-Mojave River League. Alex Arias played at 6'1", 230 his senior season. Rigo Cabral from Serrano is a repeat selection to the All-League team. The 5'8", 184-pound senior running back, 23, carried for 656 yards, scored 8 touchdowns, and earned first-team All-League honors. Hesperia's Wakon Morris, 5, is first-team All-MRL. The 5'6", 150-pound senior led Scorpions ball carriers with over 1,000 all-purpose yards, scoring 8 touchdowns. Wakon Morris doubled as an outstanding defensive back as well, recording 3 pass interceptions and throwing down opponents with 36 solo tackles. Oak Hill's Gabriel Garcia, 2, is first-team All-League. The versatile junior played linebacker on defense and running back on offense and is named as a utility player. For a 2nd year in a row, Burroughs does not have a first-team selection on offense or defense. 2 years ago, the Burros failed to field a team during that COVID-convoluted season. This year, the Burros did not win a game in Mojave River League play. Senior linebacker, running back, wide receiver Tyler Mather, senior running back, free safety Stephen Olmos, sophomore running back, defensive back Laketon Seymour, and freshman quarterback Talon Mather are Burroughs players named second team All-MRL. 2022 Desert Sky League Most Valuable Player and Offensive and Defensive Players of the Year. Silverado's Richard Reed, MVP, posthumously. Darren Gandy, Offense. Victor Valley's DeReeth Browning, Defense. 2 days after Silverado linebacker running back Richard Reed was murdered, DSL coaches voted on the All-League team and broke from tradition by adding Most Valuable Player to postseason honors. Before, there had been only Offensive and Defensive Players of the Year. Richard Reed had been DSL Defensive Player of the year before. In his senior season, the soft-spoken, inspirational leader of the Hawks repeated his outstanding defensive play while adding significant contributions as a running back in leading Coach Kieran Jones' Hawks to victories in every league game and their back-to-back league championship. When asked in a preseason interview with what superhero he might identify, his straight-faced reply concealed his irrepressible sense of humor.
I'll be the Joker because I'm just one of the bad guys on the field. Nobody really likes me as in other schools.
DSL coaches, the All-League Selection Committee, voted 9 Richard Reed teammates into All-League First Team recognition. Darren Gandy's selection as Offensive Player of the Year fulfills 3 of his preseason goals, repeating as DSL champions, and
at least 1,000 yards this year. I want to win Offensive Player of the Year and really just shock everybody.
It comes as a shock to nobody that the Hawks' Frederick Hunter, 3, is a repeat first-team All-League selection. The 6'1", 175-pound running back carried for 1,076 yards and scored 18 touchdowns, 16 rushing, 1 receiving, 1 on a kickoff return. Gabriel Campos, quarterback the Hawks offense, his All-League selection gives Silverado's entire backfield first-team recognition. Gabe Campos threw for 1,048 yards, 13 touchdown passes, and scored 3 times running the ball. Versatile Joshua Washington, 4, shown here on defense, is a first-team All-League wide receiver. Josh Washington is a 6'3", 190-pound senior whose 13 receptions included 6 touchdowns. Center Malachi Lopez, 60, a 5'10", 280-pound junior, is the only Silverado underclassman named first team. Malachi Lopez realizes an offensive lineman's dream coming up with the ball here, this play, in the Silverado victory over Desert Sky League contender Granite Hills. 4 Hawks receive first-team All-League honors. On defense, Andrew Almos, 27, led the team in tackles, averaging 10 tackles a game. The 6'2", 220-pound senior is a repeat All-League selection at linebacker. Ivan Lewis, 8, is a 3-time first-team All-League linebacker. Ivan Lewis lists at 5'7", 190. He averaged 9 tackles a game his senior year. Anthony Lopez, 56, led the Hawks in sacks. The 6', 190-pound defensive tackle is first-team All-League. Anthony Lopez recorded 10 solo tackles his senior season. Isaiah Cosby, 11, completes the list of 10 Desert Sky League champion Hawks named first team. The 6', 160-pound senior led the team with 25 solo tackles. The Hawks have Rudy Romero, 62, the 5'8", 290-pound junior defensive lineman, and senior lineman Jesus Maya received second-team recognition, Rudy Romero joining Malachi Lopez as building blocks for Coach Kieran Jones to seek a league championship three-peat in 2023. Defensive Player of the Year, DeReeth Browning, was a first-team All-League defensive lineman his junior season. The 6'3", 287-pound defensive tackle was the Jackrabbits' tackles leader, averaging 6 tackles a game. Linebacker Hezekiah Jenkins is first team All-League. Hezekiah Jenkins, a 5'10", 140-pound junior, led the Jackrabbits in solo tackles with 25 and pass interceptions with 3. Jashawn Stone, 58, a 6'1", 240-pound sophomore defensive tackle, is the Jackrabbits' third first-team selection. First-year Rabbits coach Robert Kistner sees senior co-captain and defensive standout Robert Vasquez, fellow senior co-captain Nathan Silvas, senior wide receiver running back Elliott Beasley, seniors Joe Gonzalez and Max Jenkins, and junior wide receiver defensive back Deshaun Clark receive second-team recognition. Atalanta's world-class running back Keith Reynolds is first-team All-League a third year in a row. The University of Washington commit ran up over 1,100 yards in total offense and scored 14 touchdowns. Also, first-team Saints senior offensive tackle John Downing, 64, and junior offensive guard Zayshawn Henderson, 52. On defense, Napoleon Tofa, 10, 5'10", 230-pound senior middle linebacker, senior defensive back Isaiah Johnson, 13, and junior defensive end Marquise Pacheco, 14. Senior lineman Theodore Coit, 53, junior wide receiver linebacker Shakir Collins, 19, sophomore Tillon Johnson, 1, and senior co-captains running back Markai Shaw, 3, and tight end defensive end Sion Tuinatoa, 8, are named second team All-Desert Sky League. Granite Hills places a trio of skilled position players first team All-DSL led by Theodore Wiggins, 11. The 6'4", 185-pound wide receiver was first team All-League last year. Theodore Wiggins led Cougars receivers this year in pass receiving yardage, 837 yards on 38 receptions and 12 touchdowns. Fellow senior wide receiver Malik Kinney caught 46 of quarterback Byron Rivas' passes, 10 for touchdowns. The 6', 180-pound Malik Kinney caught 31 scoring passes in his Cougars career. Running back Cameron Smith completes the trio of Cougars skill position players receiving first-team All-League honors. The 5'9", 150-pound Cameron Smith accumulated 1,822 all-purpose yards and scored a team-high 19 touchdowns. 4-year starting center Matt El Ali is a fourth Granite Hills first-team selection.
Matthew Ali.
Matt El Ali leaves behind a very high standard for future Cougars offensive linemen and team leaders to measure up to.
Well, what's your role?
Just to be a leader and to be a role model for everybody and to work hard.
2 Cougars are first team All-League. On defense, Angel Carcamo, 5'10", 195, middle linebacker, 25 solo tackles, 3 sacks, his senior season. Defensive end Chris Long, 21, 6', 215, 36 solo tackles and 9 sacks his junior season. 7 Cougars are named to the All-DSL second team, led by quarterback Byron Rivas, who threw for 1,934 yards and 26 touchdowns his senior year. Junior wide receiver defensive back Josh Soto, 10, with the interception here, and junior running back linebacker Joseph Soto, 22, second team All-League. Senior wide receiver Devin Smith, number 4, junior tight end Ben Montoya, and sophomore lineman Ethan Wagner, 75, all second team All-DSL. Barstow placed 7 players on the first team, second only to Silverado. Junior running back Dimitri Curiel, who rushed for just under 2,000 yards and scored a league-high 21 touchdowns. Sophomore wide receiver Jonte Drisdom. Junior offensive lineman Zion Talia Elisara. On defense, linebacker Nehemiah Goa, a repeat selection. The asterisk after a player's name indicates a repeat selection. Lineman Samuel Tafei Ono, 5'10", 264-pound junior. Elias Copeland, junior cornerback. And kicker Orlando Benny Benavidez, a sophomore. Add second-team selections Samaji Abengoa, Caden Cardenas, Casey Goa, Asperu Leolofi, Iasofa Leolofi, and Donnie Perriman, and first-year coach Clay Lilamena's Aztecs have 14 players named to the 2022 All-Desert Sky League team. This concluding story on 2022 in sports is the most heart-wrenching and difficult report this video journalist has ever produced. The entire high desert sports community remains saddened by the murder of Silverado football standout Richard Reed. In the immediate aftermath of his shocking and tragic death, this tribute, which includes an interview preceding his senior season. We interviewed a trio of Silverado superheroes led by the reigning Desert Sky League Defensive Player of the Year.
Richard Reed. I attend Silverado High School and I'm a senior, and I play outside linebacker and running back for Silverado High School.
Hawks coach Kieran Jones boasted the school's best linebacking core ever. Outside linebacker Richard Reed, 9, returning DSL Defensive Player of the Year. It is Richard Reed first to answer the question, what will the Hawks have to do to repeat as DSL champions and again advance deep into the CIF playoffs?
We're going to have to step it up a level this year in order to go further than what we did last year.
Richard, if there was a superhero you would identify with, who would that be and why?
I'll be the Joker because I'm just one of the bad guys on the field. Nobody really likes me as in other schools.
Opponents may well remember Richard Reed for his crushing tackles. Teammates will recall how he fired up the entire defense. This sportscaster recollects his intensive competitive spirit, how mature and articulate he was when interviewed, and his focus on excellence. With this image, we close this tribute to Richard Reed.
Your High Desert Sports Report is brought to you by Down Home Grill in Victorville on the corner of Bear Valley Road and Ridgecrest Road. Call 760-241-4663 for delivery, drive-through, curbside, or pickup.
Bid fast and last. World-class auctioneers. Bid fast and last. Liquidation of government entities, vehicles, firearms, estates, antiques, fine jewelry, coins, and more. Bid online at bidfastandlast.com.
Kick tires, start fires, kick ass, take names, and rock and roll.
Valu Quality Truck Bodies. Family owned and operated locally since 1954. Valu manufactures state-of-the-art truck bodies for the construction industry nationwide. Valu Quality Truck Bodies, proudly showcasing teens, athletes, and youth-oriented activities. The Bradco Companies. Joseph W. Brady's Bradco Companies. The High Desert Mojave River Valley's longest-standing commercial brokerage firm. Bradco, leading efforts to improve the quality of life and standard of living for all residents throughout our high desert region.
Serious legal problems? Don't go alone. The other guys have attorneys just waiting to blow you away. Contact Iwanzak. Accidental death? Injured on the job? Contact Iwanzak. Business litigation? Vehicle accident? Unlawful detainer? criminal litigation? Get the proper defense by going on the attack. Wanzek Law Firm. Trial lawyers for serious problems.
Silverwood. The developers of the Silverwood Master Planned Community support the teams, athletes, and sports programs of all our High Desert and Mojave River Valley schools. We Got 'em Tees, your headquarters for custom screen printing and mastercraft embroidery designs. We Got 'em official CIF sanctioned Chanel patches or varsity jackets. We Got 'em Tees, 2 locations, Apple Valley and Upland. Oh yeah, We Got 'em Tees. And by the Community Table Restaurant in the Holiday Inn in Victorville. The Holiday Inn, conference and convention center for the High Desert and destination of choice of visitors and travelers to the Victor Valley. This is your High Desert Sports Report, the Victor Valley's only weekly action highlights sports program, covering our area's schools, teams, athletes, and sporting events.